Today I will discuss these topics. These are the two terminologies, variate and circumference. Variate means it gives information regarding the disease agent. For example, CA breast means lady is suffering from CA cancer, and what is the stage of the cancer, what is this prognosis, that will be means description about the disease is given in the terminology called as variate, while circumstances means what are the things which are present into the environment which are able to cause the disease. Example, air pollution. Air pollution will cause the respiratory tract disease, maybe the upper respiratory or the lower respiratory. Or if the person drinks the polluted water, then GI tract disease can be seen. So these are the circumstantial evidence, means the things which are present in and around the human being or in the environment. So second terminology is incidence and the prevalence. So when the different types of disease will be discussed with you, like communicable and non-communicable disease, then this incidence and prevalence word is daily uttered in the lecture. So you must know what is meant by incidence, you must know what is meant by prevalence. So incidence means very simple. Incidence is defined as number of new cases present in a given population. Incidence is defined as number of new cases. Cases means disease person present into the given population. While prevalence means number of new cases plus old cases present into the population. So henceforth, the incidence of a particular disease or incidence of a particular disease, prevalence rate of a particular disease can be discussed like this. So incidence means number of new cases. Prevalence means both new and old cases are present, and this is given by this diagram. There water is there is a basin. So fresh water means when you make the tap on, fresh water means new cases, incidence. The water which is present at the bottom of this basin means it will be this water, old water and the new water, means new cases and old cases. But what can be the, once these new cases and the old cases, what is the outcome of these new or old cases? The outcome is either they will occur the recovery from that particular disease or death can be shown. So this is the outcome. There is one formula given by this equation called as prevalence is equal to incidence multiplied by duration. This formula is for prevalence. This formula holds good or true when population, given population is stable and incidence rate and the duration of the disease are changing. So you may get the short note on incidence of the prevalence. Now coming to the what is meant by what are the types of epidemiology. For study purpose, epidemiology are classified under two types. One is descriptive epidemiology and another is the analytical epidemiology. So I told you in the very first class of this lecture, 3 D's are studied in this. First D is disease frequency. Second D is disease, disease load, and third is distribution of the disease. So disease frequency, disease present into the disease distribution, and third is etiological factor. What can be the etiological factor or risk factor can be discussed. So third, now coming to the descriptive epidemiology. As the word name of the word is descriptive and the analytical, means descriptive epidemiology means the study of entire whole population is done. So descriptive, difference between descriptive and analytical epidemiology is, first difference is when we carry out the study of whole population, entire population, that is called as descriptive epidemiology. On the other hand, analytical epidemiology means we study the individual in the population. Individual means person in the population. So for that we form a group, small group of population, that is called as analytical epidemiology. We do the analysis of entire population and we study that, because whole entire population is difficult to study. That's why this analytical epidemiology is discussed. Now descriptive epidemiology provides the data for study purpose. So that data can be studied, that data can be analyzed, that data can be used for preventive and curative measures against a particular disease. This data also provides the information regarding the etiological factor of the particular disease or risk factor. Third is, this data also provides what can be the duration of that particular disease present into that given population. Now, this analytical, so this is all about the descriptive epidemiology. This is sufficient for you as a descriptive epidemiology. But other book, I have discussed this much only in my book. I don't go in detail, otherwise your brain will stop working. It will not work for too many hours. Other books they have described lot of many pages on this, but this much is sufficient. Now coming to the analytical epidemiology. As I told you, analytical epidemiology is further classified under two headings: case control study and cohort study. First, understand, this is the most difficult topic in community medicine to understand. Just concentrate for 8 to 10 minutes. Today I will discuss only case control study. Next class I will discuss the cohort study. Forget cohort just now. Concentrate upon case control study. What is meant by case control study? As it is one of the type of the, so case control study is one of the type of the analytical epidemiology, where interest of study is individual in the population or a group of persons in the population. So as the name, case control study. Here case means diseased person. Person who is sick is called as case. Control means normal person who is not at all suffering from the disease. So what is done in this is, case is compared with the control, means normal person, and this study is carried out. Very simple. If you get this idea clear about the case control study, then you can understand the further things. So in case control study, there are three things are discussed. Number one is factor or a disease, present or absent. Number two is factor or a person, individual, who is not suffering from the particular disease, means control. First is factor or a disease who is suffering from a particular disease or not. That is case. The second is factor or a person who is not suffering from the disease control. So again, what is studied? What is the main aim of doing all this study? Is to get the etiological factor or risk factor which can cause this disease. So these are the three things or three features as far as the case control study is. Now, what are the steps in studying of the case control study? There are 4 steps. Number 1 is selection of a case, selection of a control. Number 2 is from source, from where we can get the information regarding a case or a control. Third is matching of case and the control. Fourth is analysis. So, first, selection of a case. If a person the person has come to the OPD, our aim is to diagnose and treat the patient. So diagnosis is, suppose there is a lump in the breast, CA lump, CA breast, then we will try to find out what is the stage, primary, secondary or tertiary, first stage, second stage, third stage, whether the auxiliary lymph nodes are involved or not. So this is the selection of the case, diagnosis and the staging of the disease. Now the selection of the control is very difficult. Control has to be a normal person. Next, so this is the first stage. Second stage is from where we get the data or the source of selection and source of case and the control. From 4 sources we get the information about this. Number 1 is hospital record. Number 2 is relatives. Number 3 is neighbors. And 4th is patient himself. So these are the 4 sources from where we can get the information. Then the third is the matching from to the diseased person and the normal person, case and the control, and the analysis. Analysis includes what can be the probable, why we want to analyze this, what could be the probable cause of the disease, probable etiological factor or risk factor. So these are the 4 stages or steps in studying of the case control study. Now what are the advantages and the disadvantages of this case control study? Advantage is, here we study the small group of population. So this study is case control study is carried out very fast. Time required is less. Second is the money fund requirement is also less. So time is less, fund requirement is less. Study can be carried out very fast. Disadvantage is, as we are getting the information from the patient, labor and the hospital record, this study is biased study. Means already we know that the person is suffering from a particular disease. That's why the relevance is less. So this much is sufficient. Read 10 times, then you can understand this. It is very difficult topic. Thank you.